Hey, how you doing? Mike from 1A Auto. 2015 Chevy Silverado. It's the same as the 2014 to 2018 Silverado 1500. This is the door latch and lock mechanism. So if your power door locks aren't working, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace that. If you're going to be working with the doors open, good idea. This switch right up here shuts off your dome light. Middle position is on with the doors open. Over here is permanently on, and then you can see the lights right here. Shut it off. That way your lights aren't draining the battery while you're working on your door. First, you're going to want to remove these little doors. There's one here, and there's a little indent down at the bottom. You want to use a little 90-degree pick available at 1aauto.com. Pull the bottom of that out, and then that panel comes out. And then there's another one right down in here. Same thing. There's an indent at the front. Work the pick right in there. Go down first, underneath, pull it up. Now this panel comes off, and this one can be a little unnerving. You just have to pull hard, and it does release. Sometimes these metal clips will fall into the door, but you actually want to retrieve them, and you can do it just by kind of squeezing them and prying up with a screwdriver, and then down with my finger. And sometimes these will fall down into the door, and you just have to wait till you have the door panel off to retrieve them. But you can just push them right back onto the panel so that when you go to reinstall it, they're there. Now 6 7mm bolts hold it. There's one way back in here, one right up here, 2 down here, and 2 at the bottom of the door panel. And I'll remove those. Use a 7mm socket with a ratchet and extension. All right, so we've got the 6 bolts out. This part can be the worst part because now it's just clipped in place, but these clips can really hold on tight sometimes. I just work my hand underneath this corner, and then I grab right here and I just give a good pull. Okay, and then there's clips all the way up at the top that release. The door panel comes off, go up. If your door lock fell out of place, just put it back up into place. Release your door handle cable by pressing down here and then pulling back. Okay, and then work it around, pull it up and out. And then there's a single electrical connector here. Push on the black tab while you pull up on the gray tab. Okay, and then bring the gray locking tab out, and that unlocks. With the door panel off, now we can remove this inside trim panel. There's a little clip here that you can usually pull on. There's also going to be a clip there. It's missing on this truck. And the correct tool from 1aauto.com is this little kind of forceps. Pry that out. If you didn't have one of those and you were in a pinch, you could use a flat blade screwdriver. But remove those 2 pins, and then there's a clip behind here that you have to pull firmly and release, and basically kind of pull this out and down all the way around. And again, you'd pull that pin out there, and that comes off. If you did pull the panel up and off, and this weather strip went with the door panel, you're gonna wanna remove this piece of weather strip, pull it down, and you can see some clips back in there, and pry down with a small screwdriver, and then pull up to release each clip. And you can see the clips actually come off as we go. And then these clips slide back down onto the door, and the weather strip goes back in place. This part seals against the window. Remove these 2 7mm bolts that hold this bracket in place. And once you have that bracket off, carefully pull You want to be careful not to tear your inner water shield, and try and pull and get this adhesive to come off in as much as one a piece as you can. You want to remove this plug here, a pair of pliers or just a screwdriver, pull it out of the way, and then right in there there's a 10mm bolt to loosen, and through this hole another 10mm bolt to loosen. 10mm socket with a ratchet and an extension, and loosen those up. Get them loose, undo them a few turns, same thing on the front here, loosen, undo it a few turns. Reconnect the door panel again, turn your key on and run your window down. Run it all the way to the bottom. Once you run your window down, shut the keys off and disconnect. And now, it may take a little bit of wiggling, but the bolts that we loosened up here are clamps that clamp the window into the regulator. Once you loosen them, free the window from those clamps, pull the window up, and then as it comes up, start tilting it forward. Okay, you want to get on the other side, push the front down, keep tilting it forward, and bring the glass up and out. Disconnect your regulator, push on this tab here, pull the connection down, and then three nuts here, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more back here. Take all those off to remove your regulator. Usually remove this one last. Take it out. And then the regulator goes back. Bring it out the front. It'll get caught up a little bit. To remove your door handle, just remove this little rubber plug. You can use a flat blade screwdriver or just pry it out for that hole. And then inside there's a 7mm bolt. Okay, then the 7mm bolt, 7mm socket with a ratchet and extension. Take a piece of duct tape and just lightly put it on here. That's going to help be able to have the bolt still stick in there. So go in at an angle, get it nice and tight on the bolt, and then remove it. Now pull out on the door handle, and this piece, just kind of shake it and pull it out. And then the door handle, you can pull out, move it back, and the handle comes off. And now remove this 6mm bolt, or you can just loosen it up, and this slides forward. Remove this bolt and loosen this 10mm bolt to remove the window track. The top one out and the lower one loosened. You can reach in, grab the track, go up with it, and bring it down. And out. Now disconnect the tab at the top on this green connector. Press that tab down, remove your inner lock rod, and then remove this 10mm bolt and these 3 T30 Torx bolts. All right, pull up and out. This can kind of come out like that. To separate your inner latch cable, you're just going to pry up right here and open up this little access door. And then once this is open, pull up firmly, pull this up and out. Now remove the inner lock rod from your latch and actuator assembly. Disengage the outer latch cable press it to the side on this tab and then up and out. And then you can see that the cable goes up in there. Just push it up and disengage. And then to disengage this rod, just kind of twist and then pull it off. Okay, to reinstall the latch and actuator, have your inner assembly just like this. You could lie this flat, then take it, rotate it up, and put that on there like that. Then this cable comes down. Just need to kind of guide it right in there. Make sure it's nice and secure, and press this down and in. Then you can turn it over, and this rod just kind of twists right in like that. And then make sure you transfer your 10mm bolt over to the new actuator. Reinstall your inner latch cable, open up the door, put the cable down and in, and clip it in place. Clip that. Make sure this 6mm bolt is threaded in place and this 10mm bolt is threaded in place. And put the assembly back in. Feed it back in. I'm going to concentrate on the top first. So we got a lock coming out and this bolt lined up. And make sure that these two teeth come outside the door. Slide it back, and then we can tighten that 6mm bolt up. Now inside, put our latch back in place, tighten this 10mm bolt, and reinstall our 3 T30 Torx screws. Tighten that bolt up, and then we can put our inner lock rod back in place. Make sure that bolt's loose for this window track, and just feed it into place. Start low, bring it up, get this bolt into place, slide it down, and then install the 10mm bolt and tighten both of them up. Make sure we reconnect the lead. You may want to clean off where the door handle goes. To reinstall the door handle, use a 90-degree awl and put it in and up and over the lock. And then with the bent tip awl in there, pull the mechanism, and then you can put your gasket on and put the front of the door handle in, back in, slide it forward and on. Make sure it's engaged. Now pull the door handle out a little bit, put your rear piece in, and load up your 7mm bolt in the socket with the tape. Just push it in. You can look it in diagonally. Keep some pressure on the rear, the outside of the door handle, and with some good light, look the bolt into place and tighten it up. And put the rubber grommet back in place. And if you do happen to drop that bolt down in there, we have a video for removing the door panel and you can remove the door panel and reach into the door and get it. Install the regulator. Put the back rail in first. Top and motor of the front rail. And then reinstall our 5 10mm nuts. And tighten these up. You want to get these nice and firm. You don't have to over tighten them though. I usually just take a small wrench, tighten, get them all kind of firm first, and then tighten them extra 1/8 of a turn or so. Just tighten them up. And we can reconnect our window motor. Before going further, we're just going to test. So plug our door back in, lock it in, turn the key on, and make sure everything's going up and down, and run them down about as far as you can, and then disconnect your harness again. Before you put the window back in, take this piece of weather stripping off. Just pull up. Make sure you don't lose any of those clips. Okay, now put the window down in. Make sure you put the front corner in to the channel. You get the back corner in the channel. Get it down once you get the top below the top of the frame, then you can kind of twist it into place, and you can actually let it go down into your window regulator. And put this piece of weather stripping back on. We'll bring our door panel back, plug it in, turn the key on, run your regulator up. Just check, make sure that the mount is on there correctly. And on the other side, run it right up to the top. And now we'll tighten these 2 clamp bolts. Now before we put the water shield back on and the door panel, we're just going to test it real quick. Make sure it runs nice and smooth and uninterrupted. Now reinstall your water shield. Make sure you put the inside door cable through. And then there's a few different alignment points. Make sure this hole here is lined up, because that's where your door panel goes on. Reinstall this bracket. Sometimes these clips will fall down. Just make sure they're up into place. And then just put this plug back in. Okay, now this piece. So you basically want to kind of get this lip in first. So start it on, and you're kind of pushing. I'm pushing with my thumb on the inside first to make sure that that all locks into place. And then up here, just make sure that pushes in and locks. And then you want to push it down, make sure it goes underneath this weather strip for the most part. And then push this pin into place, and this pin as well although it is missing on my truck. And this weather strip should really be outside of the molding, so you might just have to kind of work it with your fingers up and around. Now your panel, put the door handle cable on first, put it down in, pull back, around, and then slide it forward into place. And then your connection down here, lift up, put the connection in place, get it going, and then slide or pivot that locking tab up. Then there's two larger lineup pins, one here and one on the front here. So just kind of look things into place. Make sure you lift this up. Get your lock into place, down. And then I can see that lineup pin right there. And this front lineup pin there. Okay. And it locks into place. Now we're going to put our 6 7mm screws back in. All right, one was here, one here, 2 here, and then 2 down low. This one that we're going to put in here, I'm just going to put a little piece of paper towel on there, hold it in place, put it in, start it going, and I'll start the rest of them. All right, now we'll tighten those up. And you don't want to get these too tight, get them nice and firm, and that's good. They're only going into plastic. Panels back in, curves the soft corners at the top, pushes into place, and then the little notch goes in the front, into place. And then this panel, once you've put your clips back on, you're gonna put the top up and in and snap it back in place.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.